Welcome to Discovering. Well, it's that time of year again. We're in Belgiumtown for a big buck night at the Belgiumtown bar.
A little bit cold and blustery, we weren't sure what to expect, but man, what a turnout.
Then we'll check out the annual WYKX deer poll, this year at its new location at Rapid River Knife Works. Stick around, it's Monday night and time for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
It was a chilly UP November night in Belgiumtown. Trucks with bucks were lined up for a good quarter mile waiting to weigh in and sign up. Belgiumtown is located in the farm country of central Menominee County. The deer are heavy and the racks are big. Tonight's heaviest buck weighed in at 206 pounds with another at 205. Some nice racks? Well, we'll take a look.
We're here at Belgiumtown, 5th annual Big Buck and Successful Hunter Night here, and we have got a great crowd tonight. A little bit cold and blustery, we weren't sure what to expect, but man, what a turnout. And we are getting some bucks around here, just great deer. We had more sponsors jump on board with great prizes. With that came more spectators, and this is just becoming an outstanding event for us here. We're really excited about it.
I've been watching this buck since September. And he was huge, and I was so excited. I was bow hunting, I saw him a couple times too far away. Opening morning, I didn't see much of anything. Opening night, he came out on the other end of my field, and I thought, I've got to shoot, or it's somebody else is gonna get him. So about 260 yards, I shot him. Emptied my gun, I had to reload, and the last shot he finally took off and he ran into the woods right behind my house, and that's where we found him. I didn't have to take him too far. It was amazing. He's already in the freezer though.
It's a 10-pointer, and I believe it's about a 19.5 inside spread to it. It's got some cool little drop tines that match on each side, pretty symmetrical. I shot and missed a doe on opening day, and it really kind of made me angry about it. And the next day, saw nothing all day, and then at night, just lone deer walked in by itself, broadside, about 25 yards from my shack, and stood there. And I didn't make the same mistake twice by missing a deer. And this thing was like the size of a barn, so it would be pretty hard for me to miss at that close of a shot. So took the one shot, and it fell about 30 yards right off to the side. And I didn't tell anybody what it was before we went and tracked it. So it was just as much of a surprise to everybody else as anything. So when they found it, it was pretty exciting. I'm still excited 2 days later. It's all downhill from me now. It's does only.
We don't need to shoot bullwinkle to bring it out. All deer, bucks and does are registered, get in for a lot of great prize drawings, terrific sponsor prizes here, lots to win, and just a lot of people out here, a lot of hunters, the community's out here. It's just fun watching the camaraderie, everybody telling their stories and seeing the kids out here. It's a great time.
Well, I've been hunting since I was 17, and I'm a lot older than that now. And it's been 4 years since I got a buck. I've been hunting and just haven't had much luck. And second day of season, Tuesday, I had a bunch of does and fawns on my bait, and it was 4:15, and they kind of scurried off. And he was standing there, and I put the scope on him, and I saw horns, and I shot him. I didn't even have time to get nervous. He ran about 50 feet and dropped. I've gotten a couple bigger, but it's been a long time. So I was happy.
I was looking down and my dad said, "Do you want to shoot a buck?" And I said, "Yep." So I took the gun and I shot it in the heart and through the lungs. Yeah, I kept hunting with my dad because he still had 2 tags.
Weather's been cooperating, and which is good, and hunters are able to stay out longer. They don't have to go in, you know. We got 740s and border state 40s, but we pretty much hunt our own land, and right next to the swamps, that's where they are. Yesterday I shot my buck. I saw 38 deer. The buck I shot was the 38th deer. If we have a mild winter, there's going to be lots of deer, but lots of wolves too. A lot more than we want.
So I got out of work and snuck out to the blind, and it's an easy spot to sneak into. Didn't bump any deer, and sat about 40 minutes past about a 2.5-year-old 10-pointer, a young 6-pointer, and ended up seeing him behind a doe and the trees off the field, and he wasn't going to come into the field, so I took him in the woods. And he went about 40 yards, and he was 205 pounds. Dressed out at 205. I think he makes 9 points. 16 inches inside.
I just got back from a trip. The wife and I were down in Texas, and we each shot nice 10-pointers down there with our bows. And my brother was keeping my spot baited while I was gone, and I got back home on Sunday, the day before opening day of season. Got out there early, like an hour before light opening day, and hadn't seen a deer for a while. I was texting my brother back around 7:30. He had shot a nice 7-pointer, and I looked up, and at the end of my lane, I just seen a quick flash of a deer through the trees. And so I put the binos up waiting for him to come back out. And he stepped to the edge of my lane, and I could just see one tine, so I thought it was a different buck. Seen him step out, and I realized that it was the big 9 that's been in the area. So he came, walked down the lane right to me, and I wanted to try to get him broadside, but he got spooky, and he was facing me. I put it on his neck and dropped him. So that's all she wrote.
On the following night, I was in Rapid River for the Trails and Tales Deer Poll. This year, for the first time, the event was held at Rapid River Knife Works.
Well, this is the 23rd year of the Trails and Tales Outdoors Radio Deer Poll. This is the first year it's being held at Rapid River Night Works, and they're doing an awesome job of helping to put this on. The facility is just great. The prizes that they've been able to get, Chris Sturson has done an awesome job out here. But just look at all the people that are coming out here tonight. It's a nice night, that helps. A little cool, but that's okay. And then of course the deer, they're the stars of the show here, because everybody's walking around looking at all the big deer. I certainly love to hear the stories, and that's what I do. I'll sit and talk with them off to the side, and we ask about their stories and why they're enjoying hunting and how the season is going. I talked to a lot of them all week here, some amazing stories from people, and that's just, to me, the best part about hunting is to hear the stories.
I went out to the blind the second day at 2:35, and at 3:03, doe run across by the river, 109 yards away. So I put the window down, put the gun out, and just as I got the gun out, this guy come out. I'm glad I had 4 shells in the gun because I needed them all. I missed him the first 3, but he didn't know which way to run, and then on the 4th one, he went to take off running, and I shot and hit him in the neck, so I got lucky. 17-inch spread. That's a 7-pointer because the one brow tine is broke.
So it was evening, opening day, and it was about 15 minutes before dark. He popped up out of nowhere. I just looked away and I looked back at the food plot, and he just came up about 40 yards away. My dad came over and said, "Hey, you gonna shoot it?" Not even 5 seconds after he said that, I blew his heart out.
He came out and about 80 yards away, and then I asked Dad to see if I could shoot it, and he said yes, so then I shot it, and it ran about 20 yards.
Well, it was second day hunting season, rifle, and I was just kind of sitting with the kids, and then he walked up, and I actually didn't see that he had the kind of goofy rack, and I was ready. It was my buck, I felt, so I took him, and then I actually ended up dragging him 200 yards out of the woods with the kids, so it was a fun experience. I think the kids enjoyed it, and they got to see Mom do something that she likes to do, so.
This morning, well, it was about 7:45. Sucker walked out. I had to get woke up though. My boyfriend woke me up and said, "Sheila, wake up, deer." And I was like, "Oh, holy moly, it's the biggest one I've ever seen." And bam, shot him about 40 yards later.
When we were in the blind, and my dad was like, "Oh, here comes a huge 9-pointer, Caleb." And I'm like, "Dad, get the gun ready." And then I looked down the barrel, I was holding the gun, and I was like, "Dad, get the safety off." And then I was holding it down the barrel, right in the shoulder, and me and my dad both had buck fever. Boom! And then ran 20-25 yards.
I was asleep. It was about 9:30 in the morning, and My grandpa sees a button buck on our bait pile. He wakes me up. As soon as I sit down at the table, he sees a huge rack walking through the woods, and it turns broadside to us after a minute, and I shoot it like immediately. It was a very fun experience because it was my first buck and I love hunting.
Tim Kabasic started this show 23 years ago. Of course, Tim passed away a week after this show 3 years ago. I volunteered to help to put that show together, his radio program that he'd been doing for 20 years. So I'm trying my darndest to keep up to the tradition to talk about the outdoors in the Upper Peninsula. So that's what this show is about, to continue that legacy. And his family has been a part of that as well. And so they're going to be doing a presentation here tonight for Wheeling Sportsmen.
Tonight we're going to be donating a donation to the Wheeling Sportsmen. Every year we host a golf outing on behalf of the Tim Kabasic Memorial and Scholarship Fund in memory of our dad, Tim Kabasic. And we've had great success. We've been very lucky, very humbled with this community, to the people that donate, to have the sponsors that we do, and we are fortunate enough to be able to give back on his behalf.
Wheeling Sportsmen is near and dear to our family, and because it was near and dear to his heart, and what they do for our community and the individuals that they serve is really special. It's pretty amazing, and we're very lucky to have them around. And so since our 2021 golf outing, we wanted to make our first donation from their really special, and what better way to do it here, to do it at Rapid River Knife Works, to do it at the deer pool. And I guess without further ado, thank you, and on behalf of the Tim Kabasic family and the Tim Kabasic Memorial and Scholarship Fund, we'd like to present Kenny Buckles and the Wheeling Sportsmen with our very first donation, and a thank you for everything that you guys do. So here you go, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Tim Kabasic was a big part of getting our program going. He helped so much and worked on it a lot for us and everything, and it's really nice, I mean, to get a donation for the Wheeling Sportsmen. We take get a lot of people back out in the outdoors, and we take care of the processing and stuff. And it's just a great feeling to be able to help people out. And I say Tim was a big part of that, and we really appreciate it.
So we're out here tonight celebrating the 23rd annual deer pool. This started 23 years ago. They used to have it out at the Chipping Casino, moved it over to the Hilltop, and tonight we're out here at Rapid River Knife Works.
We are a bit overwhelmed, and I say that so much. I catch myself saying that often, but this is absolutely amazing. It's almost as if it's meant to be here the whole time. We couldn't be at a better place, and you know, one of the things he said is, God gave us a beautiful night, and here we are tonight. I mean, this place is packed. This is amazing. This is what it's about, and the people that are here, the kids that are here, we couldn't ask for more. And WYKX, WDBC, Rapid River Knife Works, I know there's plenty of sponsors. They've done such an amazing job, and hand it to Chris Durson and his crew, because this is awesome.
For me, I stand back at a distance and look at hunters of all ages enjoying this event and realize that this is Tim Kabasic. This is so much about what he stood for and what he envisioned could happen when sportsmen young and old come together with a like vision. The time, effort, and passion he put into this event will most certainly last forever. I expect the kids of dads who are here tonight will know Tim. Maybe not in person, but by the way they carry themselves as sportsmen, and teach their kids to do the same.
Our dad was able to host this deer pool for 20 years. And unfortunately, the last couple of years he hasn't been here, but we want to keep this tradition going and make it a really big family event focused on our youth, and just keep going and keep doing everything that he wanted to grow this into.